What is up, Snarf Gang? It's your boy Snarf Brownie, and today we will be doing an unboxing of 3 different packages this time. That's right, we're increasing the volume, quantity over quality. Now, I know I'm releasing a few unboxing videos, and I know y'all want to see the reviews, but give me a little time to catch up on what stuff I've been reading, because work's been taking a lot of my time lately, but boom! Let's get into this first package. By the way, I love comics as much as everyone else, but y'all gotta read your Bibles too, bro. Evil spirits are always trying to fuck with your life. I know that shit from experience, bro. Alright. Bubble wrap reveal. What could it be? What could it be? Looks like a big hardcover edition. Boom! The Avengers Omnibus Volume 1. Let's go! And I was able to get this for a pretty reasonable price. I'm telling you, man, these Avengers Omnis, you go on eBay and find the right seller, they sell like crazy, bro. I'm not going to drop my seller until I get everything I want from them, though, because I don't want them to go out of stock before I get a chance to cop everything. That being said, though, let's get a little bit of this shrink wrap off of it, this saran wrap, and stretch that spine. Alright, so here you can see the front dust jacket. Here's the spine. Here's the back. That's what the inside of the dust jacket just gives a little forward. Let's see it without the dust jacket. Here on the front, we got the Avengers in a green font. Here's your spine. And on the back, we just have a big A logo. Now to stretch that spine. Remember, you shouldn't look while you're stretching your spine unless you want a little bit of spoilers. I've read a little bit of the classic Avengers run because I had those little Marvel Comics Digest collections that Archie Comics printed, and those were so cool, man. Basically, they had a specific character, a team on the front of it, and it would collect certain popular issues from a lot of different runs from that character team. Like, it would have some classic stuff, it'd have some modern stuff, just to give you a little palette taste of the character from a bunch of different eras to see what you like. And honestly, one of the best introductions to comics that I've had in my life through the few that I've had that got me into comics. It really made me realize that I like a lot of the older stuff too, so that's a lot of stuff that I feel like some people would just discount, more reading the newer stuff. But to be honest, compared to the older stuff, I kind of hate the newer stuff. So, boom. Honestly, it feels like this was well read through. It didn't really feel like I needed to stretch that spine out. But let's take a look at some of that classic artwork. Got Captain America, we got Thor, we got Iron Man, all the Avengers, bro. We got Kane there. Got Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Hell yeah, bro. I'm not going to flip through it too much because we still got other books we got to get to. This box up next. Let's get into it. What could it possibly be? The DC's finest Plastic Man collection between 1941 and 1944. Here in the back, you can see all the issues it collects. Plastic Man is a flippin' goofball, and I wanted to get some Plastic Man collections, from some old-timey stuff. I want to read more Plastic Man stuff. To be honest, I don't know that much about him. I just got him because I'm interested in him, and I want to read classic stuff first. I'm more of a fan of the old stuff, like I said earlier, so I'm getting into him by reading this first. I'm gonna put it right next to my Hawkman one. All right, last but not least, we got this. And I think I know what this is, which I'm not gonna lie, makes the packaging look a little bit worrying, but maybe it's layered. Let's take a look-see. Looks like she did layer it. Only with a couple layers of bubble wrap from these crappy things, though. I wish that it was secured with a little bit more of a cardboard or something around it, because if this was dropped on the corner and shipping at all, I don't think that really would have protected it much. So let's hope that it's not damaged. Wow, the seller sent me a picture of their family with a thank you note. That's unique. That's right, the Thor Omnibus Volume 1. Now, this is a more heavily used copy because it did belong to a library. I don't think the person that I bought this from stole it, but mine now. Check it out. We got Thor. There's your spine. There's the back. Pretty epic. The dust jacket's pretty worn on the top. So, I'm going to try to take good care of it. What the? Looks like the dust jacket may have been glued to the book in order to keep it in one piece as per the library. That would be a real shame, though. Like, damn. I hate reading these with the dust jacket on. That would suck. Maybe it's just sticky tape. I don't know. I'll try to get it off at some other point. But, man, that would really suck if that's just glued on there. I was wondering why it wasn't sliding off. Alright, well, I'll try to show you guys what the inside's like from this angle. Got Thor there. Got his hammer on the back cover. That's kind of cool. Let's flip through it a little bit. This one's from a library, so it probably doesn't need a spine stretching, but I'm going to do it anyway. I've also read some classic Thor pages from one of the Marvel Comics digests from Archie Comics. I'm telling you, man, they gotta print more stuff like that. It was so compact and cheap, like, I feel like I'd buy a lot of those, I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of trying to do that with the Marvel premieres now, but the DC compacts are just so much better. Like, the Marvel premieres designs just look so, like, lame and soulless with the covers. They all look lame. They're slightly oversized in the DC compacts, which makes them less portable. And they're just not as cool, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the bigger size. I don't like the bigger price tag either. They're selling for like $5 more than DC. I don't know what makes them think their shit's that much more valuable, but I disagree. I think that I would buy like 10 DC compacts before I buy like 2 Marvel Comics Digests. They're just, I mean, not Marvel Comics Digest, the Marvel premieres. So there you go. There's the mighty Thor. Let me show you guys some of this classic artwork. Pretty epic. Lately I've been hearing about how artists and writers and stuff were treated behind the scenes in Marvel, and it's a real bummer. Let me show you guys some of the art from Classic, man, because I don't think I showed you guys any of the art. I mean, Jack Kirby, that's what I was talking about, not Steve Ditko. He probably did too, though, I'm not gonna lie. Just the fact that so many of his Jack Kirby's originals are just lost to time, it's just such a shame. If you don't know, Marvel gifted a lot of his original sketches away, and the inkers would be instructed to draw over a lot of his art. So a lot of the originals of how he intended something to look or how he drew it, they're just completely gone. And a lot of the things that were printed weren't 100% his art, or a lot of factors of it were removed or changed, which is just, bro, not cool. All right. That was my unboxing video. Let me show you one full stack of the haul right here. Boom. That was my video. Peace out, Snarf Gang.